Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. We get a lot of requests and a lot of questions about singing, and I just want to go through a bunch of requests that we have. Now, before we get started here, and I'm going to repeat myself a few times when I answer these questions, I remember vividly going through trying to figure out when a vocal coach says, just do this, or another vocal coach says, do that. And they don't really demonstrate it themselves and they don't really prove it out themselves. So you're kind of left going, well, gosh, you told me how to do it, or you read it in a textbook, or you read it online somewhere, but you're not physically demonstrating this for me. Can you please demonstrate what it is that you're talking about? And man, I just spent, a couple decades of going to some of the world's greatest vocal coaches, and most of them could not demonstrate what they teach. So that drove me nuts. And in fact, it's what drove me to doing my singing course called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, is so that I could be very explicit and very simple and not get bogged down with big technical terms and big fancy ways of trying to make me look good and pretend that I have all this great knowledge of the voice, or pretend or really have great knowledge of the voice, whatever that means. And then not really be able to explain it to you clearly, succinctly, and simply, okay? So as I go through some of these questions, I'm gonna try to do my best to do just that so you really apprehend this. Now, please also understand that when you ask a question, it is multifaceted. There is a lot to this. So it's not just one answer here, one answer there, and not one size fits all, or there could be multiple answers, or there could also be a combination of, you start at this point and then you do this, and then you do this, and you do this. So to give you a quick 5-minute tutorial or a 5-minute answer is really, I want to use the word irresponsible. No one is going to be able to just get it from one quick tip or a quick answer, but at least it'll clarify a lot of things for you to really help have you see the vision of how you can see yourself doing whatever question is that you're answering, and I'll do my best to answer those questions, okay? So with that said, I'm going to put this at the head of a lot of these little, big questions that I have coming in to really, again, clarify and just make simple for you to understand how to do some of the things you guys want to know, okay? So with that said, let's get started. This next question is a good one. It says, how do I hold long notes when I sing? I run out of air quickly. Well, a lot of people run out of air, and a lot of people think, well, this guy just has great lung capacity, and that may be true, right? But there is a technique. It's called glottal compression. The caveat and the challenge with this technique is when I'm sharing these tips with you guys, please understand this is just a small snapshot of what it really takes to do something. It's not the total picture. I'm just answering the question. I do have a singing course. It's called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, and I walk you through step by step how to achieve the goals of the questions that you're asking. But in answer to the question topically, we actually want to get to the point where we literally hold our breath when we sing so that we don't use up that air. Now, I have a video. It's how to sing, how to hold notes or long or something. I forget what it is, and I'll put it in the description. In fact, I think it's Judas Priest, like Painkiller or something, and I have other videos, but I'll put it in the description. You can check it out because I talk about it there and I demonstrate that. But what it is a concept, like try it, where you hold your breath, kind of like, I hate to use this example because I haven't smoked pot since I was 14 years old, but it's a good example. You took the hit off the joint and you're holding your breath and you're talking. So for you parents that are going to get mad at me for saying that, it is what it is. But you're holding your breath and you're talking to your friends, whatever, you're holding that in. Or another analogy could be when you're wanting to talk underwater.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
When you're underwater and you want to try to talk, even though it's inaudible, you go, how's it going, man? Pretty good. What's going on? I'm doing all right, man. But I can't really use much air while I talk, because if I do, I'm going to run out of breath and I got to go back up top to get more air, okay? But notice too how I kind of pinched and squeezed just now when I was speaking to you while I was holding my breath. This is why I said this is just a snapshot of how you do this, because you first have to build up strength in the abdomen to get good, diaphragmatic support. You have to build up relaxation response between the chest, the neck, and the throat to be totally relaxed in the upper torso. You have to understand how to build good muscle memory for open throat technique. And then once you learn how to keep the throat open, then you can compress air at the glottis, at your vocal folds. And then, you can hold your breath and you can hold these really long notes. and it doesn't require a humongous amount of lung capacity, though that's helpful, but it's understanding of how to compress that air correctly. But please don't go straight to that. Understand how to get good open throat technique first, or you're just going to pinch and squeeze in the vocal folds themselves. You're going to build up muscle mass in the throat, and you're going to stricture the sound, and it's not going to be a beautiful sound, and it's going to defeat the purpose of why it is. Now, a lot of people use this technique too when they're going up to get a note. They pinch and squeeze and they're just straining everything to get to that note. It's kind of a similar concept in a weird sort of way, done incorrectly, because they haven't built the open throat technique, and they haven't built the relaxation response, and they haven't built the strength to sustain singing with glottal compression. Okay? Hopefully this was helpful. God bless you guys, and until next time, peace.
They say I look cool in my Mercedes.